Fast forward, you need to our channel, social as mom say, how say, FunnTV GH, political stories, training because making headlines, and your gym rena, you'd be exum, a walk, say, need him, Braxi, and the AD, you can. Let's also watch my subscribe to the channel. Hit on notification bell, share. Now for France answer into me and come here. Make sure your facility I answer Eddie Amami. Now young Sembre, young right your political training so on yak some crab. The training mono contains a whole lot of issues sir. You sort it out young so ya Japanese to be a manual a petition a year or one. Now so what you may be a talk to be more the affair near for any year by all my gun. Very well. Your moon weighing some way. Very quick. A year looks too well. And I'm not say what to me as a good a year Chief Justice, a year Nichim and Yasim Potopra. No chance say, whoop, Mammy Yankasa Yanko Point day. Okay, so you have been cashed. Now, what can we say with regards to her ruling just after, say, after your markings, it means a summit a year petition. I want to swear. What's the winning pay face? One Casano. Send your mranity and say, parliament issues in Podi one a tomb. Or parliament in Yana Sema on one Cassana Canasem. One Cassa winning Mranity CBT. But a num say, oh, ye MPP name mapa. I would take a Malusu seat. Anya Bakum Minu, Nimum and Nino. And Mawayam show. Emma would ye penny a year, send ye ancestor way. And then young woman said this time around, and I'm also forced a year and piebo, a young upon I also. You more well is to well so any radio for any day, but Shannon's mom said, I say a FunnTV GH. But that's what you more rain see.
You come from to go to Polybu. Obi te say Gary ni Marco or a lawyer ni. She obri boy or a lawyer. These are people you cannot find any space in academics. Sir, that's why a lawyer. Gary. You cannot even put a sentence together. I'm not being denigrative, I'm being factual. You cannot even put a sentence together. Because essay. Say myself, myself to be not the sentence. Concord on obeti. Subject verb agreement obeti. The tenses and yet what bone where were a lawyer ni. So how did he qualify to become a lawyer? It is only because law apprentice and no koyama. It's possible. I don't even know whether he was ever tutored by any teacher. But all these people are lawyers. Show to say for the name no. One time lecture room that ensure law that by a lawyer ni. One akasa no fancy bedi a 2 year what America ya na adwinati. Say one also so a lawyer ni. Who busan say bedi a 2 ko school when he first degree hunyan when he be. But a lawyer ni. And that is why I've always told you said the Ghana Bar Association, and yet the most useless association ever to have found its life on this earth. It's the most useless. Look, what did you to talk about? What about what be the diamond? Yeah, it's what did you talk about for them? What did you call be about? Ube bonsa akufia koda. What did it be about for? It's the most useless. Because if you admit such uselessness, Gabi, we a lawyer. Gabi, we what boy school? What tea? Emrano, what we try city, were a lawyer. Wabo! All these ex-convicts are lawyers. So the question is, what is the quality of justices we have? That is the question. Because sebi lawyer na bon, afenyo marking were a lawyer. Obi a wo ye lawyer ni a wonim se, mepacho ko Google lo. Na ko search for stay of execution. Just Google stay of execution. Now would you read it? Now be who say sebi and yes sir will be a lawyer and a chesi onim nyansa na wabin. Stay of execution. What does it mean? Now obi atimi aba file a very wrong application. I was Supreme Court o wan kwa magistrate court, wan kwa circuit court, wan kwa high court. One call your friend is saying appeals court. But the whole Supreme Court now a judge for a moon for the born for we are the point to Akufo-Addo ya wa bon ya woni classmate one appoint a judge for you nyina it a judge for ni nyina person tell me say omo call law school no omo issue stay of execution omo ni ma de kro
stay of execution. A stay of execution is a court order to temporarily suspend the execution of a court judgment.
Simple, but your first you are we in here so obeko school obeko Harvard they say ayarega and answer President Kufuor and san we hu sa law we eye nyansa any common sense na Nyankopon eboa ebinumu a omudi nkan ba wiase and san ye ba say to make a law effective in this world, put wisdom and common sense together and make sense. So, if you look at how they have just rendered themselves very useless, it tells you why we are in this limbo. In a democracy, dictatorship has become the order of the day. And you know, Akufo-Addo always looks for people who will always be yes men and yes women. Yes women because I was so can say yes sir. I was so can say yes sir. It will your ban or kasa was so say yes sir. We are bema no kasa was so say yes sir. And it was say in kwakuo any moi and odu omagu baby and was sorry I know I am koliku. O sorry the American bia kasa yes sir. It will kasa ma mi abodam no so aka ma mi abodam kasa o certificate o birth certificate untimi fanya you almost so akotro o birth certificate untimi fanya it kwasi asem kwa kwasi judgment onu an kasa o ma mi e tirameku no akoka e tirameku ma mi o kofia no osu position ya mi ko ji ye yo anke radin kama kru we mpa me ho eti wajimi so we are say no one kasa wo adwen na ma me de wo school na ma me se for school na me de wo ko no fa be ya adwuma na fa bobra na wo da tintiri mba o mo so menya so fa so wo ye nkwasi ade ni wi ado ko ade ka wi ka ma ku apa Yakupo atwa wo ka wo nim nyansa wadwini so wadwira ye te sa akwa na Yakupon eba Yesu Kristo obu baby the parable of the talent or say na papa ni tu kwan e na o ma ne ma no me ma we enan na me ma we mienu na baako so me ma ne baako ma mi Torkornoo oni ya ma ne baako ya watutu fam no dia akɔhye hoi Yakupon wadome ho ka se amen enti no eno me ne sen Yakupon de talent atu trim o talent ne se fa dwuni ko suku ne fa ko sua nyansa ne fa ko sua nimdie ne fa bra ne fa beboa o manfo e fa membo on man Ghana what me de wadwini ato fam te se anwam and I will take Akufo-Addo on one certificate. What who cross certificate? They say Akufo-Addo na church the account. It will not say way. When you paba, we not say anything. We do not be anything. You too nefo. We do not be anything. Sir, obedience stay of execution. Abetu wenim. Now we need the Supreme Court. Mo sabi mo juma mo ye wo wiase ma nyina ene se mo be interpret laws. Yes. You don't do anything more. Because anything you do is interpretation of law. Apart from that, there is nothing more. Now, ebio, obi busa say, eba ne say ena nipa numu a omo kotena asem ne so no. Omo nyina adwene ko obankrom. Enti se bi ntafo krampo no, obi a wona adwen ko. Oh. Enti nipa ba ti dabe na abeja wo hu koliko ye. What than zombie? Zombie no go talk unless you talk. Tell them to talk. Zombie. Oh, zombie. And am I a zombie?
Fella.
Obi a wono akwa jina on the ticket of MPP. Say them to the swaba.
Yeah.
Ah, panel member. Men kwala no mo ya adwuma o Global FM. Wo be transit studio to say dem ti hey. No kasama MPP and he na kwa Supreme Court. We didn't count the neck or a peace court.
Yeah.
The man is Supreme Court. Wabon kuro. Judge ya wabon. It is sebi previous sentence. Judge, it will go school. No only my dear friend stay of execution. We yet not court Supreme Court. Supreme Court and yes, I had not court tribunal mpo. Tribunal crampo won't qualify. We me a presenter. Me fa ne nkwa nkotena ye friends a magistrate for bebe omunya lawyers but omu di nyansa ni nimde na omu di bu aten
sure
na mama amayosem edidi muti to the extent say and then mama Supreme Court no akoye te say me say me ni a judge for mo wo UK your friend is saying US ebi wo Rwanda and ebi wo your friend is Europe in general now me aba waka baby Georgette Amide Dejaba Nyankopon fa ne krensie baby okobia brilliant and sharp otiko jaba mu elder sister on enam ne so amenim sa judge for enum nyina nti assembly si organ ha I try to feed our platform and let them get me what it is that I should say sometimes and we are friends oba Ghana me and am do omo number bia now I was shocked to the marrow say ba ku na twe ma adwen si sa de we so say stay of execution ought not to have found its way. These are the words. I can read for you verbatim. See, stay of execution ought not to have found its way in the Supreme Court because no court has adjudicated over a matter. One kind document in a review. Who's a 5-page document? Yeah. I'm ruling, no. Okay, first preamble no, it's wrong.
So what you mentioned I was say FunnTV GH podcast stories at 20 because make it a line. Any jump any be action any say any AD kanya let's say ubitimi subscribe to the channel. But when I so bit my hit on the notification bell, share na afofran so answer into me and can be. Young bon right in sim at this point in time. A year list to well. Wakasa Emma on the also on ye NDC news, they be Okasam NDC news list to well. And I'm not gonna say what him hated the nail right point. Nasam Putua Payan what the aboso. In some okay, you say Chief Justice one Kasa would him say Runia would demand on it and some fata. Na we opening I wouldn't say name run on ECBTA. Say Parliament and the Supreme Court the year, only track of the Omanga and make up decisions and then they solve their own decisions in case there's an issue. And the time I find your markets to record the petition in Brewa, Ujima, Ubibima, Fred was squad na who said there be the economy and free and Nancy for ma. One here. MPP will feel like being in opposition because from majority to minority and yes I'm going to and you be being found and it's an idea any what I say me calling for stay of execution Parliament didn't stay of execution say one because we need independent body no so be say yeah. And yet, in general, suspended, can I say, sittings indefinitely. We issue command say any almost shares in year. See what I'm talking about. And it's the same saying at least to well, a Janaswa or a canning sema who be here say also, who any day. But what you say, Yango Pong for sure about Swa, a man, a radid in some abona pumping. The moon run away.
The application filed was wrong, so it was dead on arrival. Many of them kita with you can you best stress. Why are we becoming this nuisance? The Ghana that we used to know, sir, this is the beacon of democracy. Now you tell me say on my way say be yakoya nim ama say Africa obi e suasuan obi e dwen ho say the gateway of Africa. The reason anunti yakase the gateway of Africa no mostly was because of how we have conducted ourselves in the democracy. Sure. Despite all the military, your friend is saying, could details by any nyoma. Look at how even the rulings that we, the MPP, antagonized was able to bring together a whole nation under the umbrella of democracy. Nanipa on, mamenka secret wenchra. Here, we didn't tell you this answer. Sa enkwasiafo miensa na omutisi Supreme Court me makase se NDC bawa da bi mumbu sadie mi mfiri me Umame say me president 1 hour just 1 hour me mpe biem ade a me pese me de me president ya ni say me kwa kofa sa grader na omo de koy galamsey
yeah
akọ sa Supreme Court anymore ebubu nkwasiafo ni nyina tiato agu. I now understand why Rawlings did what he did. Yeah. Even though I understand it was not done by Rawlings, he would have been right. Because unim adia Torkornoo ye no na nu fiada no. Unim de betimi dia ba my way mu a. Say ni pamiensa you never celebrate them. Because omutimi dia dem de judge otimi dia ponche. No de ko bu obi aten. Okoje bayire ni kura nya duro bayire kakra bi bode betem kobi momone ko totobi ko ma bon se timi ni wo ba no aje odon no ba da no di oba timi je o girlfriend no do akotum wey aye judge mama say aye time anu ti na me say me pursue law biem aye me time me kwa me ye kura me fan court me ya me kwa koye no Harvard nso na me ba no ma be kire mu se ne broni nyansa etimi sisa bibini adwen jimi adwen ya de ma wo mayanimu nte ya de ma wo so wanimu nte ene wo ba e ba be kan se maami Torkornoo a Mr Saki wo o papa Saki enti se na na otie ne bra nie o papa no headmaster e wo ye friend ni sen ko fredua wow mun ko busa de kura ya de papa yi na die odi ademu die ye den enti animguase e ba o papa akwan mu no enti mi sa kira wa brabo wagumu hwani mu asiama ena akwala kura wo bo Supreme Court na obi e ka FC se kura de edi akwala no ye FC FC United woncheni United mu mamani mu banyam kakra na ye den enti mu de mo hwe the list of your predecessors count see the recognition they had. Even the very immediate past chief justices or your friend is saying immediate past crowd on the no a cromfo ni yeboa kwesi ani ni yeboa ye cromfo che wo one the go Supreme Court kojo destroy no ono na udim sa impunity na je mensa Charles Mensa ayiri je mensa we grow wings and now nama soldier dinachi and some huno mu die ni nyina ye because of any yeboa omo na sha se omo bu o man no intentia se ba bi owo bi e bribe Jessica jademu die gu hu fin oh and now unim die time cry unim ade time cry omo wi na omo dwane akose Freemason because ni nua bambo bena it's just like any association that you can find anywhere. No, my Johnny akose ho Freemason my worshipful brother omubugu mani mas it wa unim so wagu $5 million wanye oje it one year ti one way yapam mimi nie FIFA ba ya obe FIFA won twa ntro da me ka kire what FIFA na nka wo so nko be ka sa asem what ye etidi na chese election petition wan ko dia dem die wo kokofo edua ono so that same kokofo edua wona wo de opa sikofo edua na busa ni ye bo ase the first thing be ka kire wo ba be bo mamane ono ne edini ko ye GFA adam die sa anas video no yi ni film ani yeboa wona say Ghana football o kan ho na Ghana football adamudie referee nya na o mo bribe na football na say etino o mo destroy Ghana democracy no to a certain level a ebe hia say o man no ebe tenase na nimguase a ye ya krama ye ho they said there will be akọ China akọtọ nimguase importo ashepo ababe yinwo tema habo no dia kosi ni dem sa pepepe no moaye na sebi uni pani adue no ebi nie enti senya owura bagwen na odi ni nimdie ni nyansa who say for some time bagwen me shada na nya friends obi ase ada mi twi nanim e bi o me yara me pese ni pa ukura wani mu nyamo a ohene ba sabi How many times have people called you say, oh, Charlie, Trasona, Yempe Akroma? How many times?
Baby.
And Tisabi, and Tinka on when you Munyama, and Katuyo. How many times? Me Omoko Pake, Omokabi, and in your manioma. How many times? Yen you anumia, and no muya jume, obit me fell, a yade, who call for no credit. What we were catching a class, Yempenny for BJ. It's yes, you and Yan Kanuntum. It is a be many Munyamni Sandy Pakrono. They say Sandy Pakrono, Union Munyambi, Power JJ, MPP Fusika. They say, I'm crowd out ferry. Because what could MPP Fusika come as Assembly cry, now you put me in camp. Unia Kukudro, says, I meet here, make us free. Now go upon a mammy oxygen, Nipacho, Nipa Nebo, Nipa dear cry, you think. Mebois. And you know, we are seeing a papa and kind was any. Let your conscience speak to your heart. Think deeply, because don't ever think, say, oh, me Yanamako. Oh, yeah, they are two in Chirimaho. Sure. Because Torkornoo, man will forever grow to come and see your history. Yeah. This is your history. Judgment. And look, I never hear make a second from Memo. You may think, say, no. A guapawaso. Because Yanama bear from 10 times. So, some centuries to come. Yeah. These voices will be played. Yeah. A bedroom no mana nanom netiasie. Omba be hu say me na say na no tie. Because our brain sebi nim de ni nyansa say at the click of a button akwala dia obehu no wo ma me ana papa wo. Yeah. And all these things will be available to them. So why won't you discipline yourself and for God's sake at least be that with conscience once for once. Just with conscience, at least let your conscience speak to you. Obi the idea ba that moment na sebi. Hwanu ma egu wanim. Say nkwala nkodi omu trum ni no manioma dada wanim ba besine. Ya ye ho ya ba ya mu demonstration. Aba wanim eno kura wanti mi asi ho wanim ho ani wo nti wa ma. Se wuso akoye bi dade abeka oslo wuso waka. Wuso beka ni ehu. Beka ni ehu. Asema ya asema wasn't ka kwa jina no webu. Wey no ya asema look at the speed. No we are kwajina so dem ko preach. Wey na wo de puppet man na Yakobon won no me. Wo de puppet e man no se wo menjina o puppet so preach a Yakobon be do me. Because Yakobon won pen kwase asenti na ne ba Yesu Kristo oba ya ohun se enkofo bo chacha to eton nyoma wole papa sorry dem. We ya chacha. Sansu by the way, you found Kodina puppets. That be now communion credit say odibi. That be now they are Kodina puppets. What could you them with your bayan kwasia judgment way? Judgment akola kitwa krapo who say yes abako kreni. Now who na be speaker say onye na adwuma. Na ti uko school ya chance separation of powers da. Eti baron di Montesquieu wunti ni dida. Uni me evidence. Uni checks and balances. No mama afenyo we ya wa bon we afenyo wa bon lawyer wa bon say no wetinya Supreme Court judges so no wetinya outline them up nipa 5 no they say why you useless follow through cross office afenyo we follow through cross office eti me dey make Kesi ni pi say ni India no say no enya dia ehinta nipa kane no na Yakobon kan say bi say wo de nsempa na ehinta enyansa e no de ahye nkokwa no wo de kan e de kiremu say enya wona odwe se omunim nyansa me penenim nyansa muntie ha na ha na nyansa wo wokọ afasa kira wadwe etese de sofu preach a kire wo na me Torkornoo tie nyansa na sacha wabrabo wo ya ye nome amoman Ghana enya Yakobon sa mo kekanyam sompa anim so mo famu aba afanya hwe mo kekam anim hypocrites and am yasafo and am a preacher. Not all preachers know the word of God. David. Heal thyself, you hypocrite. Hypocrite. Yakobon na se wosi na fi botrobojo na fi wa famanum. Yakobon wa fi no. Wodi nyamenam na me Yakobon sofo. Sa uni se emani mi enu nyina sa na omote. Ayi Jemensa ofa Bible so preacher che wa beka so no na Yakobon eto dame. Ono. Say no, say strategy. Kenoforata obi no betima ka se kenoforata wo ka che obi se kenoforata o shi wi a obegye di esu wi no entampe no o pa brame fa nko ba bi o hye no anyoma wo betwe wa we a bo mali kurantimi esu wa na wo hwe na ni wa beka so fa ba krada
me de minim se na nado na ehye
oh wo mu nyina your friend all tools gadamtion they all do the boaboano neshe uko kan osiminim na adziban azibi no ozimam osimenchechi na mentwe jantum na me yare a me hia obeko. Oh, so you can tell how people have been so wicked and mean against this country. And very soon me book bi ayeye ebeba bonten your friend enemies of the state. It will be interesting to read. Enemies of the state. This state called Ghana, no, we have enemies. Or are you separate the powers of the people just to destroy Mother Ghana? And it's interesting. How are this Sebua Kwanso, Nada Kwanso? I didn't say Nekufa the Wanka. Human rights lawyer, and net will be quiet. Galam say, say.
And in some scene, of course, watching on so mamma was so Jimre a walk say that's an so body in their dumby dominion. But some bedroom now yet to me, Eddie the chances what to me absolute. Shadows mammy say, I have seen a FUNN TV GH.